goodness.
Lia Thomas wins the NCAA
drive. Look at that form.
They banned me without any investigation or discussion.
Transgender athletes have been dominating in women's sports, but now they are being banned. In this video, we're going to be looking at people who have been abusing the system, but now they are facing the consequences for their actions. Please make sure that you're subscribed. Donald Trump is a true hero for standing up for women in sports and keeping us safe.
In a few moments, I'll sign a historic executive order to ban men from competing in women's sports. It's about time.
Yes.
Under the Trump administration, we will defend the proud tradition of female athletes, and we will not allow men to beat up, injure, and cheat our women and our girls. From now on, women's sports will be only for women.
Yes. It's actually just crazy that it came to this point and that Donald Trump needed to make this executive order. I cannot believe that they allowed this for so long. Untalented, low testosterone men have taken advantage of all of these rules and have tried to get medals in women's sports. And now that they can't and do that anymore, they are so angry and they're taking to the internet to complain about this.
Hi, my name is Sadie Schreiner. I'm a trans athlete that competes in track and field, and today I was supposed to be competing in Boston University's Valentine Invitational. I paid the $120. They put me on the heat sheet. They accepted my entry, and I was perfectly ready to go and drive down to Boston just like I did a year before.
Less than 24 hours before I was supposed to step on the track to compete, Boston University sent me this email.
We're sorry to inform you that because of the recent Trump administration, you are prohibited from competing in women's events. Such entitlement to think that because a year ago you competed, that you should be able to continue to compete in women's sports and continue to beat women so easily. It's so messed up.
Claiming that the executive order barred me from competing. Despite Massachusetts law, despite their own transgender policy, and despite me being an unattached athlete, they banned me without any investigation or discussion, which means that should any other woman be going to compete at Boston University for any reason, unattached or part of a school, they can simply say to you.
I mean, they try to make it seem like, oh, what are they going to check athletes before? No. It is not difficult to recognize the differences between a man, a whole man, and a woman, especially when we know on their birth certificate what they were assigned to at birth. I mean, it doesn't change from there. Men and women have different categories in sports for good reason.
Jaden Vanderveen in 7 for Bergen Episcopal, Abby Wilson. Out very well is Gallagher, McDaniel in lane 2. You're going to see Gallagher later on in the race. Great knees, great drive.
Look at that form. I don't get what type of feeling of pride you can get by cheating in a sport.
Gallagher, the victory here.
It's like some people will have corrupt judges and then they'll win that way. And it's like, what does that medal even mean to you if you stole it? Here is another example of a man beating a bunch of women. Oh my goodness. I mean, there is something mentally wrong going on here. And it just makes you think that competing in the sport is one thing, but having a bunch of women around a person who is clearly not all there is dangerous in of itself. This is the person named Aiden from the first clip going up to receive their first place medal. And I just don't understand. What does it mean to you to stand on the #1 podium next to women? I don't understand what sense of pride you get. And you can clearly see that this person is like smirking. They feel happy about this, but No more. No more. Their time is up. I am so happy that we can look at this as something in the past, something that is no longer. Men competing in women's sports is no longer. No more. They're done. They can compete in their categories now. And if they want to do their own little category, that's fine. That is fine, but they should not be able to compete in women's sports. Thank goodness for Trump. We are seeing so many positive changes. And with the Olympics coming up in 2028 that are going to be hosted in Los Angeles, I believe that none of this BS is going to be allowed as it was in the last Olympics. Look at this. Track proposed eligibility. Transgender rules would completely ban this person. And look at this. Look at this person just beating all of these women so easily in weightlifting. What sense of joy do you get from doing this? Lia Thomas is another perfect example. And thank goodness that Riley Gaines has made it her mission to not allow this to happen to more women. They train so hard just to get beat by a man.
Remember, she's just a freshman. Lia Thomas pulling away over the final 150 meters. Had to work for it. She was pushed over the first 350 meters. Thomas wins the NCAA championship.
I am not a fan with the way that Lia Thomas shook the hands of the women next to him as if it was just a fair game and he beat them fair and square and was just like such a good team sport, such a good team player, you know? It's like, no.
My name is Lia Thomas. I'm a transgender woman, a former college swimmer, and the first trans athlete to be named Division I NCAA champion.
Okay. So now Lia Thomas's NCAA title, Ivy League records under threat following letter from Department of Education. So how well did this play out? You considered yourself a champion then, but now your success is being questioned. So it was definitely short-lived. Also, this was posted on February 6th of this year. It says transgender swimmer Lia Thomas's former teammates to sue. So yeah, it's not really looking too hot. It says that this lawsuit was filed 2 days before President Trump signed the executive order banning transgender girls and women from female sports. Then another example of this is this person named Blair Fleming. Check out how strong this person hits the ball. So effortless as well because of their height. I mean, this is a woman's height volleyball net. The men's nets are higher. I have been hit with a ball that has been spiked by men before and have literally gotten knocked out. This is incredibly dangerous. Here is another example from a match, and check out how Blair spikes the ball. She knocked that girl out. Blair just knocked out this girl. So guess what? The U.S. Department of Education announces investigation of San Jose State for allowing transgender volleyball player. I mean, you would think that the town with the most innovation and the leaders in the tech industry would be a little bit more competent than allowing this person to play against real women and hurting them. And then, of course, another trip down memory lane was these two finalists who were both transgenders at the Olympics. They played each other at the end. Of course they did. But guess what? Trump says transgender athletes will not be permitted entry into 2028 Olympic Games. We are not just taking America back. We are not just making America great again, but the world is following in suit. And all of this bogus LGBTQ stuff that has been spread throughout the world from US aid and the media is done. And it is so exciting to see our country uniting around common values. Triple check that you're subscribed and that your grandma is subscribed and all of your cousins. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye.